Hi friends and welcome. As you can see, I've got a big canvas on the easel. This is a 16 by 20, not enormous, but bigger than I often paint. I'll show you, this is going to be a process, but I'll show you, I'm kind of excited what we're going to do. All right, this is the reference photo I have, which came from Reference Free Photos on Facebook. It's a bear. Obviously, it's a bear. Now, look at the position of this bear. My husband said he thought it looked like it was going potty. I don't know what it's doing, to tell you the truth. I think it's sitting on a hillside. You know. Anyway, I'm basically going to use this bear. Now, we're having a show next year with animals, and that's what it's for. And I thought about different things to do with the bear. I thought about making it rubbing its butt on a tree would be funny. So I kind of played around with a pencil sketch, and this is kind of loosely what I'm thinking. All right, the chair is going to be smaller because I want it to feel like a big bear, but we're going to do a background maybe with some mountains. Very loosely suggest a background, okay? And I'm going to call it something like, what's for dinner? Something like that. It's humorous. It's supposed to be funny. So this is kind of what we're thinking. Now I could start off with charcoal and kind of sketch this on. We could sketch it on with paint. Trying to see if I even have any charcoal in here now that I've said that. Ooh, I think I do have a piece. Didn't really plan ahead here. If I do charcoal, I'll want to come back and wipe it off. The advantage of sketching as charcoal is I can keep wiping it back. Now, obviously this proportion, you know, I was just playing around here. And I'm going to be looking at that image on the computer as I sketch it. Now, you know, I want the bear to be big. Again, I'm thinking maybe we'll have some mountains in the background, but I want the bear to be quite large. You know, maybe an ear there, and his feet actually will just kind of go down in the grass. So I want him to be big, and I have to leave space behind him again for some kind of chair, which again, I'm thinking if I make it small, the bear will look bigger, and that'll be funnier, right? This is what I'm thinking. And I may change him, the shape of him, more to suit me so it feels like he's sitting in a chair. So if we're gonna, you know, this is all fun and games, right? So say we kind of do his butt there. His arms just kind of come down and actually just hang behind his feet there. And I think I see another foot there. So you can tell now I'm going to want him bigger. I'm just trying to kind of get an idea where he's going to be, and then we'll tweak him. Went out and painted today. What a pretty day. Let me look at the photograph now. There's the photo again. like I said, the advantage of charcoal, I don't know if you use charcoal, is, you know, we can keep wiping. I'm kind of looking at the shape above his leg that goes up to his arm. His arm's like up in there. And I could have done this with paint, but again, with the charcoal, we can now if I do this, I'll be running the table off. Coming over pretty far, isn't he? Kind of got a square nose. Like I said, and like I said, we'll wipe a lot of this off, so I'm not. So again, I'm thinking, you know, my sketch, I made the chair kind of proportioned, but we're going to want it small because he's big. You know, we're going to need the legs to come down. And I'm going to do some looking and try to find a chair and table that I like. I've done a little bit of that, but, you know, I want it to be pretty ornate. You know, and this will be pretty low too, you know. Have to decide what kind of table we want. You know. Tell me if you think this is funny. I'm excited about it. Yeah, I think it's really early in the game, but I'll tell you a little bit about it. I think we're going to invite the Humane Society and maybe have a fundraiser for them. So kind of looking at these shapes a little bit better. I mean, it's going to be about the bear. Obviously, he's going to be big. And, you know, and he's kind of, it's really a funny position, isn't it? His arms are just kind of coming straight down. And I can kind of see the second one. And I can see, again, another foot over here. This foot seems to come not too much further than his arm. Now, I'm looking at the photo sketch in this. Let me look at my sketch again. In the sketch, I adjusted him a bit more so he really felt like he was sitting down. Probably I brought his butt back. And again, we'll have a lot of grass here. we'll run this table off. So the center of it will probably be maybe over in there. And I won't take the back of the chair up too far because, again, I want it to feel like he's big, you know. And I'm thinking we'll be kind of making up the background. Maybe we'll do some mountains and some distant kind of trees, maybe, you know. And again, lots of grasses in the foreground. I'll show you. I did look for some pictures of tables and chairs. I'll show you what I've got and see if you like any of these. Tell me. Of course, here's a very ornate chair and table. You know, again, we're mostly looking at the edge of it. Boy, this thing jumps around. All right, here's another one. And then this I thought was kind of cute too. It's actually kind of a short chair, and the green might be nice. Though I could do any of them in any color. I could do that one black too. So let me know, do you like any of those? Do you like the idea of it being kind of ornate? And so tonight, we'll just see how far we get on the bear. I'm gonna need, I've got some paints out, but I'm gonna need a lot of burnt sienna and ultramarine. We'll go after the darks first. I think, again, this would just be a brown bear, I think. I'm going to use an angled soft brush, no particular reason. I will probably work him and rework him and work him because in the end I want him to feel fuzzy. So, but our goal now is just to kind of get him blocked in. There's like a shadow there. His head's fairly dark, actually. His leg is pretty dark. See, I'm picking up some of that charcoal. One of the gals today forgot her paintbrushes, and she was painting with a palette knife. And after lunch I said, oh, you should have asked me. I'd been happy to share some brushes with you. And she said, well, you use water mixable oils. It surprises me that people don't really know more about them. I mean, I said, they're just oils. She said, well, you use water. I said, I don't paint with water. I just clean up with water. I said, you know, I can use soft brushes. This is a soft brush, but I use bristles a lot, like most traditional oil paint. They're just oil paints, but people just don't know that much about them, do they? If you don't know about them, again, they're just oil. They're water cleanup. They're created so that water breaks them down like a solvent would do with more traditional oils. So they're a little healthier option, so you're not breathing solvent. But as far as using them, they're oils. They work like oils, they dry like oils. When I switched from, I say this over and over, but when I switched from traditional oils, I didn't see much of a difference. So, and I do know you can work solvent-free with traditional oils. I am aware of that. I do know you can use walnut oil and things like that. But I've been using these a long time, and I'm really happy with them. So I use good quality ones. I use Cobra. So I just don't see any reason to switch. Again, that chair come down. Again, it's going to be kind of small. Got to keep in mind it would be proportionate to the table. And that's not bad, probably. I say right now we're mostly blocking him in, so. I did not tone the canvas, and I should have toned the canvas. I can see already I wish I had. Putting a color on there first. It just seems to fight it so much more without a tone. And maybe this soft brush is part of my issue too. See, just getting it covered's a challenge. It's all right. We're in no hurry. This is actually for next March, I think it is. I got several of them I'm working on for this show. Several in process. If I was working with a bristle right now, we'd be getting more paint on. Your ears are rounded. One thing I like a lot is he's got that light muzzle. And I'll zoom right in when I get to that point where I'm looking for detail on the nose and everything. Can't see a whole lot. His eye, we'll just be, looking off to the side at his eye. Painted out at a farm today. We've been there before. Been a couple years, and when we got there today, nobody was there, even though they knew we were coming. Come to find out, a lady finally showed up that it's an 80-acre farm, and the woman that lived there was an older lady that had some daughters, and they of course had their own homes, and the woman has passed away. So I don't know what their plan is with the property. I hope it doesn't sell, but people move on, have their own homes, so I don't know what they'll do with it. When we were there last time, they had sheep and chickens, and now, there's nobody there, so we saw a couple cats, and I guess they still have a couple cows for some reason. But I just, it's the way it is, isn't it? Family dies off, and I'd just be ashamed if they sell it off. going to have fun with him, I can, like I'm going to do some, bright orange. Like up here where he's catching light he's going to be fun. I'm excited. I say I want him to be hairy and fuzzy and fun. I hope everyone is well. That stupid virus is still going around. I still know people that are getting that. We somehow, knock on wood, have never had it, my husband and I. But we're probably bound to get it. Everybody, I think, gets it at one time or another. So I don't know how we've not had it. I would recommend you tone, especially if you're going to work big like this. A little premature for anything that light. It's just that I can see that light on his chest. Yeah, his arms just kind of hang, which is funny. And I'll keep adjusting. Like there, I just pulled his back a little bit more. Feels more bear-like. Maybe this would have been a good one to start with, that gesso brush I'm always talking about using, like Craig Nelson uses, huh? Because it's going to take many, many, many layers of paint. I'll be happy tonight if we just get some paint on him. Still working on the dog looking out the car window, the video that you watched. I remember how hazy the background was. I ended up deciding to I did darken it, and I made it look like movement, like the car was going by. I don't have it in here to show you, but I'm still adjusting things. Yeah, this brush is so soft. Let's switch to bristle just to see. Give it a go. Yeah, better, huh? Someone tell me, is this a brown bear? I assume it is. He's brown. I do like a bristle brush. You can just scrub the heck out of it. just basically trying to get color on him at this point. I want him to be interesting, so we're going to want a lot of variation of color and value in him. All right, we got paint on the bear. Let me get back and take a look at him. All right, I'm seeing too much arm, so I either need to pull the knee forward or push the arm back. And we get the point that we're painting in the background, you know. I always say that, but that'll help us adjust the shape too. So we can take our rubber knife and make some marks too to adjust the drawing if we need to. I'm looking at how much, yeah, I'm feeling like we'll need to pull that back. And we'll decide on the chair. We'll probably just kind of be catching the edge of it. The back may go back there. I don't know yet. And we'll look closely at the shape of his head too. Like, it comes around his nose, and there's kind of a shape like that. Kind of like that. Pretty much straight across. We need to look at what the top of his head looks like. Kind of rounds up here. I'm just going to darken over where his eye is for now and come back and put that in. His neck is very dark. And it goes pretty much straight like that. I'm just getting some paint on here for now. We'll go back to the bristle. Some darker values. Hard to see much down in here, and again, we'll be pulling grass all up through there. All right, let's go back to the bristle brush. We'll probably, I'm thinking just make him really fuzzy, pull some stuff off of him. That's very blue there. I'm not sure what I think of that. It's very dark in the photo, but I don't dislike the view blue, so we'll decide. You know, we may even want some really heavy paint on him in the end, too. I'm not overly concerned with down in here. Again, I'm planning to pull a lot of grass up and he might even, you know, we might even put a rim light on him. We'll see, you know, nice light edge. Just not making many decisions at this point, you know. Again, there'll be grass up, you know. Let me know what you think. Like I said, I'm thinking maybe we'll call it What's for Dinner, something like that. See what you think about that. I think this ear's too high. We got to get in here again and zoom in on the face. And though I'll show you the eye, you can't really see a lot. Show you the face close up. There's the eye, kind of an eye. I can see his eyelid, maybe the suggestion of some eyelashes. Not a lot, little line under the nose. So, but I think I think I have the size of him pretty good. Let me back away. So, again, I'm going to really be keeping the background loose, maybe scrubbing in some mountains and suggest some trees and then lots of grass. Like I said, in the table, whatever I decide, and the short chair. All right, that's a good start. That's enough for tonight, I think. We've been at it about 40 minutes. Let me know what you think of it, the idea of it. Again, I think I like a little humor in my art, not all the time. I like beautiful art, but I also like funny things, things that give you a little laugh. I'll show you, well, maybe I shouldn't, but I've started another one too for this show. This is free-handed, but it's based on the image from The Wizard of Oz, and it's going to be sepia tones, and Toad is going to be in there. That's where my pet comes in, the animal comes in. So he'll be in the basket. So got to start on that one too. So all kinds of them, work in progress. All right, thanks for joining me. I'll get you in front of it. So I think it's a good start. So again, everything may not be right. All the bear may not be exactly right, but I'll get him in the end. All right, thanks for joining me. Like and subscribe, please, if you haven't. Please spend a little time watching some of my videos too. Before my year runs out, I'm still trying to get my watch hours up. I would appreciate it so much. All right, join me next time, and we'll maybe keep working on the bear. I'm not sure. I'm just jumping all over the place. All right, you have a nice evening. Good to see you. Good night.